I am the longest-serving independent in the history of the United States Congress. So what I'm going to tell you today is not something that you hear very often on Fox or CNN or ABC or the Washington Post, or in fact in the halls of Congress. What I'm going to tell you is that the working class and the middle class of this country are in serious trouble. We are moving toward an oligarchic form of society where a small number of billionaires not only have extraordinary wealth, they have extraordinary political power. We are living at a time when half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck in the wealthiest country on earth, when 70 million Americans have no health insurance or are underinsured, when we have a starvation minimum wage at the federal level. What I believe is that now is the time not to defend the establishment, which is doing phenomenally well.
Folks have really strong thoughts on people on the left appearing on Fox News. But this Bernie Sanders clip is case in point why I believe it is not only valuable, but necessary for progressives to spread their message wherever they can. Sanders is clearly worried about the future of the Democratic Party, and he should be. In addition to this appearance, he wrote a column in The Guardian where he said chillingly that Democrats, quote, over the years have been hemorrhaging support from the white working class and are now losing support from Latino, Black, and Asian workers as well. Because here's the truth, and it's a hard one to swallow. Democrats cannot believe that non-white voters would transition to the Republican Party because for years, Democrats have been running on the message that Republicans are white supremacists. In a lot of cases, this is true. We have to be honest with ourselves that this message isn't sticking, and it's not sticking with voters of color specifically, because the Democratic Party's rhetoric is completely hollow. When it gets down to who the party is serving, it's corporations. They talk a big game about white supremacy, but what are they actually doing to ameliorate the material conditions of brown and Black people across the country? Again, who is the party actually serving? Corporations, the insurance industry. And who are Democratic supporters today? People like Chuck Schumer's daughter, who works as a lobbyist for Amazon. And on the right, the policies are no better and a lot of times much worse. The gun lobby, fossil fuel companies, people like Elon Musk, who openly touted his long track record of voting for Democrats, now supporting Republican candidates. All of this tells us one thing. Our two-party system is beyond broken. But I think there's hope. For the first time in a really long time, we have an opportunity to take advantage of this breakage and build something new. Something with the exact messaging Sanders has quite literally just been repeating for his entire career. Because nothing he's saying here is new. The culture war changes. The villain of the day changes. But this economic reality that Bernie lays bare is eternal. We've seen Republicans ravage the middle class and our environment, only for Democrats to run on a progressive message of change and then do absolutely nothing. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but there has never been a better time for us to hold firm in our beliefs and not let our votes go to oligarchic politicians on either side. The tides are changing, and we're in a better place than we have ever been to unite around Sanders' messaging and reject the hollow promises of both big parties. With Biden's approval ratings dangerously low and Trump's signaling another presidential run, we're in dire straits. But the thing about oligarchs is there's so many more of us than there are of them. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.